Hi there, I'm Corey Grimm, and I'm a communications media student at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Today I'd like to discuss radio and the way that it's continuing to evolve to change the way that we experience communications media. A lot of times when bringing up radio, the first question people tend to ask is, wait, radio isn't dead yet? And to that I say, allow me just to give you a small amount of information. In a Forbes article written in August of 2015, author Hugh McIntyre states, Nielsen released a report last week that states that the second quarter of 2015 has seen the highest number of people tuning into radio ever. As of earlier this week, a whopping 245 million people listen to the radio at least once a week. That's an incredible 91% of the American population that's 12 or older. Another article written in September of 2014 by a contributor to the DigiDay website stated that a recent report from the Radio Advertising Bureau projected digital radio ad sales to grow 22% this year to surpass $500 million. And also that an average radio station in the United States makes $166,490 in digital advertising. There are many other statistics showing the health and prosperity of both online and offline radio. But it's at least safe to say at this point, most Americans do listen to some form of radio. That being said, the evolution of radio is just a reflection of society's current needs. Advanced technology, fast information transfer, and unlimited access. The advanced information technology that radio continues to use today. Although one of the most important things we need to understand about the way that radio affects us is demographics. Radio, like the internet, attempts to focus on specifically targeted demographics for its efficiency. No matter what message the client wishes to transfer, they can do it this way a lot more efficiently and cost effectively. As stated by a writer for the Radio Inc. website, recommendation engines that layer DJs as digital guides on top of smart content algorithms may be a welcome human interface for choice-weary listeners. This means that, say, a radio company wants to run a specific advertisement within a specific genre of music. With current technology, radio stations can pay to have advertisements for a certain artist only within that specific genre. For example, if the artist made country, they could choose to appear under either a DJ Driver or digitally created Luke Bryan playlist. The targeted sales isn't exactly a groundbreaking practice. It's the means by which to attain the information that we need, which is at a pivotal point in change. We've never before as a society relied so heavily on mobile technology. Our newfound dependency on mobile devices has changed the way that we as a society acquire information. The pattern of radio distribution has evolved alongside this change, making it easier than ever to listen into your favorite live personalities, whether actually live or not. Podcasts, archived live streams, and in-studio recorded videography exemplify only a few of the ways that radio as a field has continued to change with a modernized society. Radio continues to grow with technology each and every day. This growth in technology will potentially allow it to maintain its position in the communications media forefront. If you have any other questions about radio, technology, or audio production in general, feel free to contact me by email at cpst@iup.edu or visit my blog by heading to http://iblog.iup.edu/cpst. And thanks again for tuning in. Hi there. My name is Corey Grimm and I'm a communications media student at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. I'm here to talk to you today about the proper use of audio recording technologies and etiquette with regard to microphone use. I'm talking to anyone who at one point in their life wishes to speak to people internationally via the internet, professionally broadcast, or create high-quality audio media. These three areas of microphone use require specific expertise and technique to execute cleanly within a presentation, which is of paramount importance in professional media production. Without these techniques in use, presentations or broadcasts can more easily fall short of a professional sound and make them either too boring, non-informative, or just make them seem overall questionable to a potential employer or client. So let's get right to it. Dependent upon the media that you plan on producing, you may or may not be using a microphone each and every day. Proper microphone use can mean not only using inflection on certain syllables, microphone placement and leveling EQs, but also proper utilization of confidence. But these techniques alone won't make you the next Morgan Freeman next time you step in front of a microphone. If these tools aren't used though, we're left with an infeasible, boring, and unprofessional show. And without professionalism, a station can't produce any revenue from advertisement sales, events, newscasts, or syndication. No one wants to work around a person or an establishment that seems unprofessional solely due to the fact that you don't want that to be a reflection of you or your work. One easy thing you can do to show off your professionalism is paying attention to detail, each and every recording that you use. For whatever reason, we as humans are biologically inclined to have a more refined sense for picking up auditory mistakes compared to our other senses. This means that we use every single tool in our available arsenal to be able to create crisp, clean, professional sounding audio. To put things into perspective, traditionally, the radio stations that aren't funded as much as others will lack the quality of their mainstream competitors, making stations with outdated equipment less attractive to the casual listener. Yet by using audio production techniques to increase the quality of the broadcast, alternative or lesser funded radio stations can still compete. Now this may be only one instance, but in which it determines the actual longevity of the entirety of a business. That's a pretty severe impact for simply using the correct tools. So what can we do about our own auditory appearance?
what can we do to make ourselves seem more auditorily professional? Well, the answer is time, patience, confidence, and practice. There are many qualities of a person who's defined as professional. One thing to note is that practice takes time takes patience, and patience breeds confidence. All of these things work together as a credential to create beautifully produced audio. By using the techniques that I've shared, making a presentation that's professional is quite simple. But always remember, practice takes time and patience is definitely a virtue. Don't become deterred or discouraged based on the quality of your audio initially. Everybody makes mistakes. All you have to do is just keep trying. Again, my name is Corey Grimm, and I'm hoping that this presentation was able to do something to be able to bolster your knowledge of the professional and help you to create an even more auditorily professional presentation. If you have any questions for me, comments on the video, or want any additional information, feel free to contact me by email at cpst@iup.edu or head to my blog at iblog.iup.edu/cpst.